Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor and M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the Baltimore Ravens. They'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll maybe get it back to the 25 here on the first play, but no more than that. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A gain of 32 that time.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90. Over.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter one of the new year. We'll be back.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another 13 yards there twice in a row, and they're on the move. Another first down as well. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
First red zone chance now for the Ravens. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Here we go. 319. 319. Over.
And they'll run it here. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Great job, D. Great job. Try that to the other side, not this side. Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down.
Detroit. Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Detroit! 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 Over!
They'll set up to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And he is all the way up past the 25. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 27. Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Marlon Humphrey with the tackle defensively.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
On play action, now Rodgers. Forced out to his left. Try to drop one in, but it's incomplete.
I don't see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. And they'll go on the ground. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And it's taken in at the 9. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Gone! 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 Gone!
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now back to throw. Going up top. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Taking it about the 16. Oh, look at the juke. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football as they take over following the punt with a 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Rodgers now on 1st down. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
They go play action here on 1st down. His throw incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. The give is to Bell. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Call fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. You're exactly right.
The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That goes for a gain of 31. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. Rodgers going to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Now Bell. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And they'll go backwards here. Losing yardage to the 14. It's a loss of 4. Now third down. Remain in a scoreless first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Rodgers now to throw. Flushed out right. Well, it's a shovel pass, and it's complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now Cody Parkey out to try the field goal from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Parkey's kick is good. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Eluding the pressure right. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 at a Baltimore first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. They're going to look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit. Detroit.
Looking to throw. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90. Over. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
He'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Here's Tressway now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken around the 12. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this 2nd half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
319.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
Ah, you're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while. Have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word. Yeah. You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. The Packers offense now. They get ready to head back onto the field. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
319! 319!
Now Rodgers to try again after the pick 6. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
So I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick 6 on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Got him right back in the saddle and said, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. Steps away to his left. And it's incomplete.
His struggles finding open receivers continue. I don't know the last time I saw him this inconsistent throwing the football.
It would be hard to find a date when he was this inconsistent. You know, in his locker, he keeps the word poise printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. He needs to find that poise right now.
He certainly does. In fact, I would suggest he laminate it.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Escaping the pressure right. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Now we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. That's taken on the 25. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On play action, they'll throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. The Ravens on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
Back to throw here. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
On first down, Rodgers. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
The Packers on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Now a play fake. Rodgers on the move to his left. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. It's fielded at the 45. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. And the Ravens taking the field. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes a better punter may actually determine the outcome.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Kenny Clark with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
They'll look to throw here. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Well, it hasn't been a whole lot of fun for Le'Veon Bell in this ball game, trying to find room to run the ball. I'm sure they're going to have to change some things up because he's so versatile. They've got to get the ball in his hands somehow and create some space because they're losing this game.
Well, defensively, you've got to key in on Bell, make him the focal point to stop, and they've been able to do that.
And he has gotten better every year he's been in the league, always adding something to his game, one of the premier runners in the NFL.
This is Bell on the dump off. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
That's fine. Yeah.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 23 yards on the play. Rodgers now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Goes underneath for Bell. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll bring up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And again, it's Rodgers. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
The Packers on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 6.
Hey, 626. Zoom. Hey, where y'all going? Hey, 88.
Rodgers again now. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with him punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Now a play fake here on first down. And they finally get to him as he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. Now he'll go deep down the middle. He's got him in. Complete. A big play that time for the Ravens. 41 yards. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there and in a big way.
Here's the backup now, the former Badger, Melvin Gordon. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here we go now. Green, 39. Green, 39. Detroit. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Kenny Clark in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Leopard! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to float this one. That's caught inside the 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A gain of 39 that time. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Keep moving. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. Flash those fast feet, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line as he can't get any closer to the end zone. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. They come up in an offset eye.
Green 39. Green 39. Over.
He'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. And now the Packers going to take another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. They'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one, got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the 1st down, but I thought that was the key.
So 2nd and inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker. He'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming out, and that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
They go play action here on first down. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Green 39! Green 39!
That one looks like he'll throw here. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose it down on the grounding call.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Detroit. Detroit.
He'll look to throw. Looking deep downfield. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The clock rolls as the Packers look to hurry things up. He's back to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout.
That's a good-looking play to me. The big tight end on a crossing route coming underneath. Sometimes he can gain some serious momentum going forward, can't he?
Yeah, he can indeed, and pretty well executed there. The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Jump out. Jump. Jump out. 49.
One final try now for Rodgers. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.